You're watching Adorama TV.
Hi everybody, welcome to Adorama TV Product Reviews. I'm Mark Wallace. Well, today we're talking about this camera here, and it is the Sony NEX-VG10 High Definition Interchangeable Lens Handycam camcorder. It retails for $1,798, and it's got some awesome features. One of the things I love about it right off the bat is that it is an interchangeable lens system. So it comes with an 18 to 200 millimeter zoom lens, and it's an E-mount, which means that you can take this guy off here and just remove that really quickly. And then you can use other E-mount lenses, or if you're a Sony Alpha user and you've got a bunch of A-mount lenses, you can get an A-mount adapter, and all of those Alpha lenses that you love can be mounted to this camcorder. So you have a lot of different options for the optics that this camcorder uses. Now, the other thing I love about it is it's a full HD camcorder. So it records in 1080p and it records in the AVCHD format, and that means that you can edit pretty easily. In fact, this ships with a free coupon, so you can get a download of Vegas Movie Studio HD Platinum 10. So it's a camcorder and all of the editing software that you need to make movies. Or you can also edit in Final Cut Pro or Premiere, and so there's a lot of options here for this camera. Now, the other thing is this isn't just a video camera, it's also a still camera. It's a 14 megapixel still camera. And so on the back here, you can turn this on or off. So I'll turn this on. There's a mode button right here, and by pushing this mode button, you can go from shooting videos to shooting stills. And this is a pretty impressive still camera, and so you can use this. And the thing that I really like about the interface of this is, first of all, you notice there aren't like a billion buttons here. It's very, very intuitive, and it took me about, I don't know, 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes to figure out how to use this interface. And once I had that down, it was really easy for me to jump around and make the camera work exactly like I wanted it to work, because it behaves like a still camera. So the shooting modes are similar to shooting modes on a Sony Alpha or a Nikon or a Canon. And so you've got things like shutter priority mode, you've got manual mode, you have aperture priority mode, and also program mode, but you also have things like nighttime photography and things like that. So if you're a photographer and you know about the different modes, you can dive right in and dial these in exactly how you want. If you're a beginning photographer, well, you still have a bunch of options here to dive right in and shoot and let the camera handle a lot of those settings for you. So it's a really, really easy to use interface. And this big LCD screen is really bright and easy to see and make sure that you have things in focus. And then you can also rotate this, so if you're shooting low to the ground or high in the air, you can do that. The one thing this doesn't do that I wish it did is it doesn't turn all the way around. So if you're doing some videos for maybe you need to see yourself shooting, well, you can't. So I wish this rotated all the way around, but it doesn't. That's no big deal. Well, let's talk about the audio as well, because this has a nice built-in array on the top here. And this is a 4-capsule spatial array stereo microphone, and it's also got this windscreen on here that really takes this the wind noise down. In fact, I did some testing outside with a model, and take a look at the difference between a model close and a model far away. You can hear that this microphone works great in both situations.
Hi, it's really windy, and my name is Julie, and I'm a model. Hi, it's really windy. I'm Julie, and I'm a model. Hi, it's really windy. I'm Julie, and I'm a model.
Okay, well, you can see that this microphone works really well outside, but one thing I wish you could do with this is add some balanced inputs so you could have some external lavaliers. Now, there is an input right here for an external microphone, but it's really limited. There's only one input, so you can't put several different microphones. So if you're doing an interview or something, you don't have the capability of doing that. So you'd have to record your audio separately if you want to do some more advanced audio recording, which I think is one of the negatives of this camera. Well, let me talk about the memory that this uses. It takes a normal SD card, SDHC media, so you can have a high capacity card, or you can also use a memory stick Pro Duo. So if you have some Sony memory sticks, those will go right in there, so you have a choice between either one of those things. And so a couple other things in our testing, we noticed that the autofocus on this lens wasn't extremely fast. And one of the things that I discovered is to make the autofocus work, you can just wait around for it to work, or you can press the photo button while you're in shooting video. So we push that halfway and it tells the autofocus to kick in. It's still not really fast. You can see in this footage that it takes a little while for that to dial in and be really, really clear. The other thing that I really like about this in our field testing we noticed is that you can adjust the white balance on the fly, so you can see how we tuned in the color as we were shooting, so that was really, really nice. Now the other thing with this lens that I really like is that when you zoom in, you can open up the aperture and get a really nice shallow depth of field, which makes your subject look nice and sharp, and the background just drops out. In fact, I did just a sample to show you how this works. We actually changed the aperture while we were shooting, and you can see how the background is clearly defined and in focus, and how just making some adjustments on the camera, we dropped out that background and it looks so much nicer. And that's what you're going to get with this camera, and I love that about this. You can take a situation where you've got a nasty background, and because the lens is so nice and you've got the options of tuning things in, you can take a shot that might not look very good and make it look presentable, and not only presentable, but look really, really nice and warm and inviting. Well, there you have it. It's the Sony NEX-VG10 high definition interchangeable lens Handycam camcorder, and again, it retails for $1,798. Well, thank you so much for joining me this week. Remember to check out all the stuff on the Adorama Learning Center for more reviews on different cameras and camcorders and instructions on how to use all this stuff once you get it into your hands. Thanks again for joining me. I'll see you again next week.
This episode is brought to you by Adorama TV. Visit the Adorama Learning Center, where you'll find photography tips and techniques, links to the gear used in this episode, and related videos. For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. And the next time you're in New York City, visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.